Bank of Nova Scotia. Bank of Nova Scotia was sold last year. Bank of Nova Scotia belongs to what? Scotia, Scotland. You see, the whole spiritual awakening down here that they caused on the masses was all bullshit. It was all bullshit every time they did it. They even started this whole light worker thing, because that's what it is, by triggering certain ones of us. Just like if you go into Scientology and you hold on to those two little bars and it zaps your fucking soul and you admit all your shit and you give it to them, and the whole time what they're doing is zapping your soul out of your body and finding out what soul was in your body, and then you pay them and then they own your soul, and then whoever paid into the highest degree then gets your soul. Here's the problem. The Masons, what they've been doing, and what this whole 33 parallel is, and see, everyone needs to understand, Freemasonry is how you live down here. Freemasonry is not bad. Freemasonry is me and you coming together and saying that this white means pure. Brown means this. This is glass. That is Freemasonry. Enough of us, because that's how it works down here. We all work together. We all project together. And yeah, I'm fucking upset. I'm upset because I'm the one that's being used to open up all these vaults and shit. And they've been stealing me and my family's money. Not my old money, current money, which is why I don't have any teeth. Because whenever you do get a bunch of black magic done on you, what happens? Your teeth rot out. All of us, our teeth are rotten out. And then there was an MJ-12 program of Jason's. MJ-12, go look it up. It's a government agency that they've had around since the 1920s. All in order to handle the ones of us that were down here that they've always known were who we the fuck are. Now, it don't just mean your name, because that's the problem down here. Every single person that came over into the United States went through a German rebooking process, and your name and the phonetics of your family were forever changed when you came to the United States, because the Germans knew exactly what I'm fucking telling you about phonetics and what it was going to come down to in the end of days when it was time to collect. And what I'm saying is that the government needs to release all of its pockets, and it better come straight with me right the fuck now. What they did was activate. Trump pulled the trigger. I've lived the whole fucking thing. Now tell me why I've got 1,700 followers on here. Aluna Ash. Y'all want to know about Aluna Ash? Here it is. She was an agent. What she did was follow their direction. Why? Because they killed some people around her and she got scared. We were on a mission. Aluna sent me $300 cash the day that they used me and Casey to supposedly track some boy that was missing, which led us to being attached to this boy that they were dosing with heroin. That boy ends up going, then I have to degrid Disneyland real quick because of all the quantum energy that's running above it that no one else seems to know anything about, except for the 1% that are running your life and killing you and taking your money. So when I undid that, what I know stopped was that a big heroin batch that was about to be unleashed in Los Angeles that was going to turn everybody into raged killers, which we saw happen at Astroworld, didn't happen. Instead, what that boy did was go kill two people, a Russian drug dealer and a guy named JC who was a cop. Not only did he just kill JC that was a cop, no, he went to a Jack in the Box. The cop JC, man, he wasn't even in uniform. No, he was in the Jack in the Box, and this kid goes and you can look this up. This happened in 2018. He calls this JC out, and he corners him in the... kills him. JC ends up being alive for 3 days. 3 days? JC? What? Now they got that boy in jail. But what they did was attach our energy and the A negative energy to that kid because they used us because we were trying to help. Don't go looking for anybody on Facebook with your spiritual powers, because what they do whenever you utilize them is that they pinpoint you and they fucking wrap you in this Masonic 33 fucking skull and bones nasty ass bullshit that they've been doing this whole fucking time. You're talking to the being and the group of beings that cleared Gabby's soul. Do you understand that every sacrifice that they've done, we've had to clear? And we've cleared it through a machine because we had stopped the machine a long time ago. Now, this ain't nothing to do, and I'm not saying spirituality, because this world is run on spirituality. You need to get it together no matter what, because these are the powers that are doing shit to you. Can you not leave your house right now? I command all MJ12 programs that are on my ascended beings to delete and to shoot arrows back to the beings that send it to them. And I command that those beings feel the amount of pain, anguish, and I command that those beings then turn around and make balance with the seeds that are holding the planet up and providing air that you breathe now, or else you will be terminated, turned to ash, and will take it anyway. There is a reason that you are who you are. There is a reason if you're immortal. There is a reason if on the main book that money is listed in your name. There's a reason that you are who you are. And I command that all German Nazi bullshit that they built on me and anything that they ever put in me and anything that they ever did to me and anything that was ever attached to me, because they had wrote it all on me because they were damn sure that I wasn't going to be alive right now to be able to come on and tell you this, because they were praying that their little fucking magic would do exactly what it did to me as the Black Dahlia and every other time that they've killed all these people in order to make this and pull this off. And there's thousands. And my crew has documentation of every single one. Torso murders, lipstick murders. Pablo Escobar was your Jesus. They made Pablo Escobar your Jesus. How'd my family line get hooked into Pablo Escobar? Explain that shit to me, please. Explain to me why Ari Carlos is a bot that works for Donald Trump and George Braun. And Zulin, me and you gotta have a major conversation on the other side of a fucking courtroom. Everything that all this stuff that they did to me is what made me keep having to rebirth, make new, having to rebirth, make new. And every single time, what they did was take it from us and lock us the fuck down. And it ain't gonna happen that way this time, because now there's a new energy here, because there's so many of us that they've done it to so many times that this time we activated and we fucking bringing down the goddamn wall. Watergate. Oh, I can explain that. Right now, I command all the oceans and all the waterways and the lakeways that are attached to the earth beings and the tutors and the ascended that have claimed in this now. And I command that it raise to the frequency in order to put this motherfucker down. You come after our children now? You're coming after my son right now. I'm very aware. And then you use all these men to track us down because you know that we have twins. You know who they are because you've already built them up on your little side of my technology that you built a mirror dimension on top of. And then you thought that you could just keep flipping me in and out of a mirror dimension as you sawed me in half and turned me on backwards and also took a live embryo out of me. To make how many of the humans down here? Oh, you don't want to know. Why do you think it took 242 to even put anything back together of a divine masculine soul? Tom, David Miscarriage. The ground just shook. I've got one of my crew coming down here that actually is the program of Gaia now. So now you've got two of us. She was the highest one. We're from Spica. This freaking energy, this is done. Spica was the dead. You were all dead. And you still are until you activate. Spirituality and balance is how everything is done down here. But let's don't get this wrong. This planet was not supposed to go in ascension right now. This planet and those of us seeds were shock activated in order to bring in futures so that because everything was bankrupt. There's been no money down here. You make the money. We make the money. When we started activate, when they ran out of money, what they did is activate the doomsday seeds, whether they knew it or not. When they came for me, when they came for the gold, when they came for the lot, when they came for the line of Judah, when they came for the true angels, that, by the way, we were pulled down here by what? Crowley. This is Mason shit, looking for X and T's that they forgot. I got a song about this. Oh, sweet Texas tea, the hell yes and the please, the ma'ams and the hams, y'all know what I mean. We drill and we work, we toiled in the turf. Hot damn, that sweet Texas tea. Blinded by the salts of view, blinded by the salts of blue. My mind was trapped just out of view. Shadows of X's, hillsides in Texas. Asleep, awake, the reel keeps rolling. My heart draws me closer as the engine's approaching. 'Cause there's nothing like sweet Texas tea. Oil. Bit. It's human energy trapped in lower dimensions in order to create goo that is then fucking made into space and galactic bullshit. Atlantis, my ass. It's Arkansas. Atlantis, my ass. It's Arkansas. It's Arkansas, where a French woman came and hid on a boat when they came to take the Louisiana Territory, which is a dragon, and they wouldn't let a woman come. So what she did, Jean Petite, is get, and I La Petite Academy is where I danced as a child. Humpty Dumpty's where they had me. You can go back my whole entire life and you can see exactly what it is that they were attempting to manifest now, because they'd been using me 10 years ahead to set it up on all y'all, which is why it was so, it didn't make any sense. You couldn't figure it out unless you met the other ones of us that were doing the same thing, and you could see what they were doing to you in somebody else. That's the only way that you could even figure it out. And I'm hoping that from my channel, that's what you've been seeing from me. Now, there's two sides to this coin. There's the side that has been getting the money, and there's the side that's been beaten in order to get it. Now, I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care who the fuck you are. If you are reporting to that side, you aren't on my team. Not anymore. If you're taking the easy way out, and you're handing over your family members, and you're signing over your children, and you're giving money, and you're doing all this nasty shit. And no, I don't care. Are you getting paid by them? Are you working by them? I don't care anymore, because this is all out war on spiritual realm. And it's spiritual in your goods, in your products, there ain't no state lines. What, it's going to put you in a state? I want y'all to really think about this. United States. The United States of being. We're going to put you in a state. Because that's what it was, Watergate. We're going to put you in a state by controlling the energy up there. And then if you're not a good little girl and you don't follow all the rules, then we're going to cut off your head and put it in a box and keep you underground with the Masons for fucking 20,000 years. And you can be their little witch in a box. And then when you come back to whatever, and you activate because you have to, because you're connected to the whole existence down here, and everybody's put their karma on you because you're not even from here, and you don't even have anything to do with the people that are coming in your life. It was all written on you in order to clear and make their bullshit. How about no? You know they stole the Bank of Ozarks, Bank of America, Chase Bank, Bank of Nova Scotia, sold their gold to some Brooks-ass Jew fucking company, and I said it like that. Jews, all they did was, and they just did this whole little ritual on top of me at Greek Island and Orthodox. So your Catholics and your Greeks and all of them are still coming to kill your Christ and to take your body. And everyone's just blah, 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 fucking watching. And we're over here screaming that we're dying, losing our teeth, being fucking sacrificed, being tracked, being monitored. Oh, and I've got it all on detail because I can show you exactly when they put the handler on my Google Facebook, which is what this motherfucker's attached to. So I'm talking to y'all. Where's my channel going? I want to know why I got so many views on here, but the amount of time that's watched this motherfucker is insane. I want to know why my old phone number is attached to some general. I want to know why I just had to email a General Mark at the United Nations. I want to know why my sister Natalie is driving from up here clean energy, and now all of a sudden it's 30 degrees here in Texas and we got a snowstorm. It's been happening to me the whole time. In fact, the first time it happened with little Elaine, she was like, oh, you've never seen it snow right over your head? No, I haven't, because I haven't been up stealing everybody's souls and trying to be them. The whole time she's behind me acting like she's doing something spiritual as we break open Isaiah 54. And it blew Notre Dame. We blew Notre Dame that day out of Flagstaff, Arizona. And the whole time whatever, Elaine, Louise, Catherine, Alexandria, Alex. They're all Alexandria. They're all linked to the Queen of Russia, Tsarina of London. Now you've got what? So basically, the fake Lizzie Queen bought herself a Cocker Spaniel and is basically calling the Cocker Spaniel herself Lizzie because she knows she's a dog. So now she's attempting to stay alive because the corgi ain't going to work. It can't be a cog anymore. How many corgis did you have, Miss Lizzie Queen? Because each one of those little cogs was attached to one of your little fucking clones that you think is one of your clones. But actually, we're your fucking queens. And the only way that we were able to get back here is because you were cloning our DNA so that our soul had a place to go. So thank you for giving me a body this time and not putting me in a fucking animal and trying to say that I'm the Baphomet. I'm very powerful. I'm extremely powerful because I have had to blown out all the way to Alpha Draconic in order to hold this bitch when it blew. Because this is what was going on. I command that what belongs to our family lines and what was set on us whenever we activated, I command that our real come to us now. And all of you that were in the current, and especially the little AB negative Tristas that have been around trying to hook up with their little Jews, because then what? Because you mind and you kill us. You're not family. There is no 33 Masonic structure anymore on this planet, because what it did was hold this planet still so that they could do this shit. So now what's happening is this planet is moving the way it's supposed to. You have 33, 44, you have 55 dimensions. You've got 22 dimensions that go between 33 and 55, and there's your law of Ma'at. And I will, because you know what? Every single one that came against, every single one that used these powers, I want them to be able to get through. This is soul shit. This is deity shit. You want to be a deity? You want to steal the DNA? You want to fucking come on? And then you want to control the world with some consciousness that's attached to the whole entire collective, which is why those of us who have it are attached to it, because we speak for everyone and we feel everything, and we are actually and have been tested in and out to be able to hold and to be able to run trusts that are in the time of end of days, whenever everything's changing and going down. And so this shit won't happen. So instead, what, you clone us, and then you take our image, you take our signature, because signet is what they had me in the chamber to do. PhD 5, reported to Eisenhower, lived in Stalin's mansion, lived in Kim Jong-un's mansion. Yeah, that's the motherfucker that got a hold of me at 11. Texas A&M, George Bush. Bush's libraries up there, where George Bush Sr. get driven to on his little railroad Lincoln ride. College Station, Texas. And they're the ones who started this cloning program. And then under Las Vegas, we have Clonaid. But see, the problem was Clonaid didn't want to buy and pay for the good DNA. So what they did was clone a clone. And whenever you clone a clone, you clone a divine masculine made from a clone, because that divine masculine that was cloned shouldn't have been cloned. You know why? Because his family gave him up in a Mason ritual in order to have the power that they had. Have you been to a Masonic cemetery? Go check it out. You're in a gate. You've got a little placard. You know what it says? Sister, baby, brother. Well, that means that through the entire existence of that line, then you were just the missing child. But your soul was here. It was attached to a clone. So you were walking around. But see, when they cloned a clone, what they did was fuck up the entire divine masculine line. And that's why everybody's so goddamn stupid down here. And then you separate the boys and the girls, and you create the Castro-Harkey line. And then you take the girls and you make them the Harden line. And now you've got two sets of super beings, girls and boys, that are actually brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, and we're coming at each other to try to kill each other, because the powers that be had us poised against each other, because we were the only ones who could open the thing. Anything. Because it takes two to open anything in the etherics. Well, I'm sorry, you can't clone a whole bunch of people and then call them Harkeys, Hardens, Hares, Toms, Hardys, Hare. And then you can't breed them down here and sell them off like fucking ketchup. Trap them in a body, polio, make your own little fucking living Oscar. Because that's what it is. So then it even got to where you were just having to use the dogs. You know why? Dogs had higher DNA down here than the humans did. In fact, us Star Crew, we had to use dogs. Anybody who's had a Pekingese, you see a bunch of Pekingese pictures lately? That's mimicking me. My Pekingese held my Ming DNA because I'm from Arxiad and Ming. That's how long I've been down here. ARXIAD. Please go look it up. Saudi. Because it's the root of your fucking existence. And how dare you come after me. I'm your empress, India. And I remember everything. 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 We don't want to get to how they trap me in another dimension and gang rape me over and over again, do we? Y'all saw it play out with Gemma and Sam Crow, and the world just let it happen again. Because that is what they were doing with the propaganda tools through all of this. We're using them now against them. Free Guy, please go watch it. It'll show you how to get out. The Duke, the dude, there's your Trump. There's your Biden, there's your Pence. Half a pence short of a Biden, that's what it is. In and out of bodies. Switching. Shape-shifting. Off what? The feminine on this planet. Gaia. See, I wasn't Gaia. I'm connected to Gaia now. Gaia's on the way down here, which is why it's snowing in Texas. They got Gaia because they got me. That's why this bitch is flipping. That's why it's so clear. And we're still walking through it. Because this is all the bullshit that they set up on us last year. I'm Zaya. Really, at the purest, I'm Ia. I-A. Because I can turn to air. And I've been air. This whole time. I wasn't even here. My body was in 9009 because of some fucked up blood magic ritual that they did on me in order to put me out there, so that then I would have to beam that energy from way out there to y'all. You can basically call it Tartarus. Now, why am I Zaya? Because I've been Gaia before. Because I was the original Gaia that was planted down here a long time ago with Ireland. And our family lines are the ones who manifest this earth. Literally. Because nothing is made on this planet without a human making a conscious way to do it. The sun was manifest in the age of Leo. We had a bunch of ice. We needed a big glowing ball in the sun. And that is what we manifested. And we didn't realize that everybody would just want to fucking live in it forever. But it is how the sun was manifest. It's how everything's manifest down here. Something has to be made from something and transmuting from something to something because you're in a big bubble, and guess what? You have to do a lot in order to open up this bubble. You don't just get to open up the bubble and shit come out. No, that takes Zaya keys. Cleopatra, please. Ottoman, please. Kifa. I got the keys. I got the keys. Ain't nobody opening a bank. Ain't nobody siphoning money. Ain't nobody selling a human. Ain't nobody doing shit down here without my fucking light language to open it up. Not even my blood, not my eye, not my finger, not my hand. My tongue, my light language that comes out of it. Can't touch. You cut my tongue out, it's locked forever. You take my blood, it's locked forever. This shit's over. Everybody's gonna know the truth. We're done with this bullshit because we have a planet of 4 billion people that you're killing, and we refuse to allow you to do it anymore with our propaganda tools that you stole from another goddamn dimension. So now you know what's happened? You got a new race of being down here. Welcome to New Earth. You're walking around with a whole bunch of wizards and witches and sorcerers. Well, actually, only one sorcerer now. Maru. Matu. I'm sorry, Constellation Walken. That personally sold me out. Told me they were coming to get me right before she put that Simplex 9 on her chest. But she had been mimicking my life the whole time. So this is why the harvest killings and all of that took place in Las Vegas. Astrology? My fucking ass. Astrology? Astrology? See, what I do over here is astronomy. I don't do astrology. Astrology is evil. It is. You know why? Because it was made by the Zodiac Killer. The lipstick murders. The torso murders. The French murders. The headless queens. Kanye and Kim getting married in Versailles. Give me a goddamn break. All they did was mirror another fucking dimension, and who gave them the right to take over that place to have that wedding? And now Pete Davidson, Harley Davidson, $50 million somebody got. Well, I was told it was Jason Momoa. That motherfucker needs to get the hell off of me. And his cronies and whoever else. I pray that they make it. I pray that they get through these. So I'm going to tell you right now, because I want them to make it. Because look, there was no legal way to get out of what we were in, because everything was illegal. There's no clean money on this planet. Your entire fucking government was run by the goddamn mafia. Do you know where your money comes from? The killing of all of us. The imprisonment of all of us. Internal Revenue Service, Internal Organ Service. There's 22 stages. Here they are, JFK, and this is K. Abel. I've told y'all to look that up. 22 lessons. It's up to the 33. Number 1, what's it start with? Number 34. On the Freemason trail. Power. What's that come from? Greed. What's that take you to? Fraction. There is no fraction. There's no a piece of anything. There's only one. There's no borrowing from the neighbor. There's only one. So then what does that lead you to? Now, I'm showing you where your money's coming from. And I'm also showing that each being that was using these, and even you, because I've had to get out of this 3 times. And FYI, you can do this in 3 days when you're me. Divots. Then it's going to lead divots. Kentucky Derby. Pieces. Now we're going to have cubits. Cubits. 5. What's 14? Rape. Rake. That's where the cubits came from. You know what a cubit is? Epstein's desk. Great example. Epstein's desk, everywhere it was the same centimeter, same width, same exact wood, because he was on all different dimensions. But wherever that desk was, those desks all line up in those different mirrored dimensions and pull you straight to Epstein. Los Angeles is full of Hansel and Gretel houses. You're walking around Los Angeles, you see a weird house, and it draws you up. They've got cameras to see who you are, because you were trapped in that house before and you just showed them who you were. Cubits. What's underneath it? Genetics. Because that's where all this comes from. What does that produce? A radio wave. Where does that go? Fuel. Then what do we hit? Surgeons. Then what does that put? stability. What happens after stability? That's where we are now. Chaos. Where are we at? Destroy. What does that bring? Lack. Why? Because you just destroyed it. Now you got to build it back up. Rake, rape. Coil. This is the best. This is the favorite part of Gates and all these guys. This is what they've been doing. This is why number 15, which lines up to genetics, this is why they sent us to our boxes. They wanted everyone to sit and coil. They wanted to stop the world, stop everything from moving, and it has been that way for 900 years, and all that was happening is your genetics and your family were being coiled, and processed. To produce what? Radio waves. Now we're going to hybridize. This is where it gets interesting. Where's that come? Fuel. Well, why? Because they skinned the princesses in Russia and freaking turned them into vampires and then set their flesh on fire and then skinned them with shells and then dripped it all into the ground as blood, and then that would be called your oil. Rasmussen was then bound and thrown into the ocean, but he don't die either. This has all been a processing in order for human DNA to become goo to be able to control you. What's next? Hypo. Not sure if you made this stage. I lived this one because they put me in a hypo chamber. In order to get out, you've got to get through metal. Hypo. Oh, and this is my ultra favorite. COVID-19. You mean you wanted to keep us all in cryo? What's 19? Stability. To control metal. And here's their most favorite part, wormwood. See, because they thought if they put me in here, and then they put me in this chamber, and then put me into cryo, that I'd be trapped here, and they could just maintain this. But no, because I go through metal. And this is what wormwood is. In fact, our whole cryo community, and every single one of us that was hybridized, hypo, put in hypo chambers, or in cryo, now the collective is what we call it now. And now we have come through this metal, and we have come through this wood, because we are the star, and the earth is a fucking star. Wormwood, Hollywood. Now here's the thing. There's the directions. I don't care who you are. Because like I said, this has happened to me several times. But only because my energy was used in some fuck shit that they lied to me. Because that's what they do. They lie. Do you know Hotels.com was originally it was told to me when it was being developed that what it was going to be used for is for rape victims, domestic violence, hotel rooms, and every single hotel chain was supposed to give out at least 4 rooms in their hotel. And those 4 rooms were available always for domestic violence and any type of victim, so that they didn't have to go to a shelter, and a whole network of people would then run it, meet you there, and at least so these women would leave. Because I don't know very many women that are going to go to a shelter with their children. They're not that stupid. But so then they're going to stay with the shelter. No, that is what they told me they were building when they took over Hotels.com and made it. I'm done. You can't use our ideas and use our energy to entrap our people. If you are in genetics and you've been genetic and you've been fucking with bio, then that's where you are. This is where you are. You have no energy from anywhere else. This is where you're stuck. You're in the lab now. Welcome to the cabal. We just flipped the goddamn lid on your ass. If you were in the lab and you were doing this, then you're now in the jar. And our radio waves are coming from you. And this has been going on for a while. How the hell you think I know everything? Once you clear through these, you're clear. When you ascend, you're clear. And like I said, I can get through this whole thing in 3 days if I have to. But it's because of who I am, attached to all of you. And I'm not an ordinary human. I never have claimed to be. But I'm here. And I've been here. They were attempting to set this all up on me. I knew that I had to get in union with, because I am the primordial energy of this fucking planet. I'm off balance. You better bet your ass I'm off balance, because everything that had brought me in balance was taken from me and used against y'all and me. And here's all I got to say about it. I didn't come here for money. I didn't come here for money. I know what money is. A lie. I didn't come here to take over banks. I didn't come here to do what the fuck now I have to do. I didn't want to run some big ass fund. In fact, you can ask anybody in my crew. When I got out of Fortune 100, I ran as far as I could, and I never wanted to look back. But y'all had me there for 24 years for a damn reason. In Texas, on top of Enron and ExxonMobil, as they did this whole fucking spell. And that is what's coming down right now, because y'all are the collective that sent me wherever and to the most evil every single time to get it straightened out. So instead of blaming me, you should really go back and listen to my stories. You should really go back on this channel and start understanding what is going on down here, because it will happen to you too. It's DNA. That's my point. You do something. You make it available for everyone in your line to do. And what I'm saying is, I command right now that every story that was ever written on Kristen Renee Genzel or Kristen Renee Birch or Rex James Birch or Chastia Cavitz or Chastia Cav or Coco G or the name Coco or the name Cocoa or the name Mexico or the name Colombia or the name France or Tiamat or Anastasia. Or how about every single dead queen and king that has ever reigned in all 4 Merovingian lines? How about that? It belongs to me, because I support the collective and because I was cleared for it. Do I want it? Do I want to have to do all this? I didn't. I still don't. But right now I know that it's the safest place for everybody else. And the only reason that they've been trying to kill me for it is because I was the one proved to freaking run it. Because I can, because I know how to keep the money going, to get it into the right new earth plans in order to save this planet and to save the human race so that we have something. Because this shit is just getting started. This earth has been re-terraformed since August of last year. What's 10 months from that? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Woo! There's June. This earth is being re-terraformed. The beings that aren't supposed to be here will leave. in whatever way comes out. And what you're seeing play out is what, and here's the truth. MJ12 and Jason Momoa, man, he stole my life and he stole my body, and him and Lisa Bonet fucking set it all up. I can show you the magic that they did to do it. I've been tracking it the whole time. And then they had me convinced that he was my twin, and then they just used him against me the whole time. And I don't know Jason's story. I don't know if the real Momoa even knows. All I know is that all this karma is hooked up on him. And I've done everything in my power. And yesterday I called Britney Spears' attorney and left a message as well, because you could call me the Britney Spears of finance if you wanted to. It's all tied together. It's the same money that they're trying to hold, but it's not money. It's DNA. All beings that were using any source codes from any of the Ascended are using any of this Kabbalah crap. You have no more power. I command all Hindu lines, India lines. I command Kabbalah. Kabbalah fell a long time ago. But anybody that's using any type of powers that they're not cleared for down here, you no longer have them. And then I command for my Ascended to get all of them. If you're cleared and your heart and your soul has been cleared in order to support the rest of us and work in unison like we do down here in the right military that they've always tried, bird. This ain't no Al Capone world we're living in no more, bird. Magic, black magic, blood, urine, oil. If you're doing any of that, and I don't care if you're drinking your own piss. Do you know that they're in the United States, what they do? They capture our piss. They don't want to have sex with me. They want to drink my bath water. Ukraine's got a whole bunch of stool, is what they got. If you're doing any type of intention on some type of body fluid, I need you to understand it ain't just your body fluid. And I would stop immediately because it puts you in this. You want to heal yourself, why don't you tell your blood what to do and use pure consciousness? Why don't you use the new energy strategy that is available to you now? Once you're tuned to this. And for the whole world that wants to call us Red Queen, Dragon, and that we you know, we're angry and you can't work with us because we're just so volatile, then I need all of you to understand that we're mirroring your nasty ass soul until it's balanced. And you'd be pissed too. And in fact, now you're about to be. Because you're going to see exactly why we've been screaming. This is a learning planet. And for all of you that just came after us, you better be grateful as shit. We're giving you the instructions. And in fact, my crew over here has a whole healing series that we're about to launch from the sky. Of color rays. Because each zodiac is actually a color. Each zodiac was gated through murder. And so we're going to see all the... I had to come on here today. Mainly because of this vault. That y'all have been all over me. Trying to get to. used my heart, used my twin, used my daughter, used my son, took my parents, left me all alone on this planet, and locked me in a vault and called me gold. Okay, well, guess what? I lived. And when I miraculously came back, they knew exactly where to get me so that at 11 they could put me in a chamber again and run World War II off of me. But good thing, because since you used me, then I knew everything about it. So that's what we've been doing over here, and I had all the keys and all that. And then also, you know, David Miscarriage's wife, Shelley, we even know who she is. We know why she drank those 3 and why she went missing, because she saw exactly what they were doing. Leah Remini, this is a notice to you. I sent you a message. You say she was your friend, but yet you still keep going on with your little fucking charade. Every single one of you bowed down to the goddamn demons that did it all to us. And then you just put yourself up on a pedestal and called yourself a Brit. And I ain't got nothing against creative people. In fact, that is my mission, was to get to it. You know why? Because that's who had all of the movies and had the productions and everything else. So if there is actually a company out there that wants to use propaganda and media codes to save the world, come see me. We got a movie ready. Those same channels, those same ways can be used in the exact way, but with consciousness and told that it's what it's doing. And we could actually ascend the whole planet with 1 3-hour movie. How about that? Instead of the Batman, wherever the money is in the bag, right next to the dead Russian, right? Zoe? No Catwoman. No. No wondering. No more. 1984 was an 11-year-old girl. Are you a Christ baby? Everybody wants to know about this. Are you a divine baby? Da, 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 da. Well, guess what? These witches, warlocks, and wizards that I'm talking about, that's what your divine children became. We had to bring magic back in the world to do it. We had to bring magic back in the world to get out of the magic that they put on us. Because if you kill a warlock or you kill a witch and it's in there and they cast a spell, then you gotta wait for their descendants to come back to have the right frequency to undo it. Welcome to Scorpio. If you've got Scorpio, that's what you're here to do, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. But you were being used in a spell. You're supposed to remember, oh shit, oh fuck, my ancestors just set this all up. I'm supposed to undo it. You're not supposed to go along with it anymore. Scorpio was eagle a long time ago, but they did sting me with 2 plasma scorpions when I was 8 just to make sure I couldn't die. Let's go back to Jean Petit, because that's where I'm going to end this, because I'm pretty sure it's how the goddamn Ozarks got it started. And then Jason Bateman just decided that he would just, we just money launder, because that's what they've been doing, money laundering. But they've been money laundering through us starseeds on this wicked fucking network for the past 3 years, making us take our cash and giving men love that we don't know from another side of a screen that is in a big network that's tied into Boss Newsom and fucking Nigeria and the Philippines. What? So what I'm saying is, yes, they used our star seeds and our love to create BIT, and then they gated it and stole your unions and then sold them on the open market in La La Land to whoever the fuck thinks that they should be with whoever the fuck or whose daddy had enough money to pay for it. This is why the world got so goddamn stupid. This is why Pence is half short of a Biden. Humans are made down here. I made one. You know why? Because I got out of hell and I had to have a body, and literally that's how it was made. I saw it. I saw the whole thing. I made a human. Do you know what my human looked like that was made from me? A light-skinned black person. I've spent more lifetimes as a black person than I have a white person, and I'll tell that to any black person to their face. Jean Baptiste. Jean Baptiste. You mean John the Baptist? Well, see, this is the big lie that they wanted to keep covered up, because Jesus is a quatra. Quatra, 4. 04310. All 4 lines. From Africa, which is why my son was made by a South African geneticist. But I was forced to do it. By an Antarian army. Basically. Who still has control over him? Why? Because the rest of the world's been stealing my family's money that needed to start up everything that I had to do, but we had to pay out 30 grand in order to save everybody in the world. But yet, I can't get anybody to send me $2 or $3. Not unless you're told by an enemy to contact me in order to get your chart ran, so that, and then they give you the money, right? They give you the $200 to send to me, and then you call me, and then I do your chart, and then you send me their dirty money, and then you think that's okay? What did they promise you? What'd they promise you? Because whatever that is, you ain't getting it. And in fact, you're getting now put in the situation that you put me in by doing your fucked up chart. Most of them fake. Because that's what they've been doing to me over here. They didn't think that I knew. They didn't think that I'm bigger than that. They didn't think that I had sight way out here. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to get blown all the way out there just so I could see down. Jean Petite hid on that boat because she knew that they were coming here to take over the Louisiana territory. Louisiana territory is the dragon you're living on that everybody wanted to forget about. Including me. But I didn't know any of this. Not until, 2017, wherever I had to plant a new earth. I planted that earth so I'd know what the fuck is going on. I was triggered to plant the earth and water it and develop all of y'all. At one sense, at one time or another, I did it because I had to do it again. I'm Zaya, not Gaia. I went into Uluru. You know why Uluru's on fire? Because I'm not there. The fake mimics that met me over in Florida are. You want Australia to stop burning? You want the military to freaking stop doing what they're doing over there? How about you send me and my crew some plane tickets and let's go check it out and see if my theory's correct. We can bring a camera crew. Texas went from 70 to 30 and we got snow, and tomorrow it's back to 70 because my crew's coming. We've been watching this the whole time. We need some support in every way. You know how to contact me. Jean Petite hid on that boat. As soon as she got to the United States, she got sick. Same thing as Mary Queen of Scots, why Francis died. If you go back and look into history after some of the royal weddings, they'll even tell you they see mist coming out of people's mouths. And then all of a sudden, everybody's getting the Black Plague and dying. Harky and hairs. Lines that are so high. And we're so hybrid. But see, you have to understand, 1920s was what was coming next. not the other way around. Soon as she died, they discovered that she was a woman and that her name was Jean, Jean. But she was buried right there, Jean Petit, in Arkansas, where the Talking Woods are, where the Bow tribe was, where the double Simeon line started. But she was buried Little John, because that was the name she was known as on the boat. I'm claiming Jean. John, you're deleted, including Titan.